Incredible great news, as we now know who will be the chief negotiator with Mitch McConnell. It won't be her. Oh no. It'll be Mitch McConnell's old buddy. The guy he's done a lot of deals with and is going to get your stimulus package done. And they've worked for years together alongside and know exactly how they get things done. Who is this? Who's going to be doing your second stimulus deal? It will be Mitch McConnell and Joe Biden. This is shockingly great news, and this is Being a Mitch. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. I'm so glad you're here because the Temple of Doom is not being pushed out, but she will not be the one that's negotiating your second stimulus package. Details today now reveal that it's going to be Joe Biden and Mitch McConnell that is going to do your stimulus package right away. Oh my God, the greatest darn news you could possibly have. If you've not subscribed to this channel, please do, because who goes into incredible detail like this, unlike me? Oh my God, when I saw this quote, my eyes just sort of jumped out of my socket. Finally, we're not dealing with her. Now, ultimately, she'll try to take credit for something, but this is a day to really subscribe and make sure you hit the alert button. Meantime, like this video because this is a very likable video. In this video, I'll be going over why everyone is now focusing on the two old buddies that have known each other for many years and worked side by side, and why those two people don't include the Temple of Doom. Your stimulus package is going to get passed, and it's going to get passed very quickly, and it won't involve her. And it won't involve Steve Mnuchin. Nancy and Stevie are gone. In is Joey and Mitchie. This is absolutely categorically incredible news. Let's get to the breaking news. The breaking news as you sit here today is that Ed Markey let out the incredible great news today. Ed Markey, Congressman Markey, said that, it's Joe Biden that's going to be doing with Mitch. Finally. The only person that can trump Nancy is Joe. She is no longer the number one Democrat in the nation. It is now Joe Biden. Your president-elect will be negotiating with your majority leader in the Senate, Mitch McConnell, to get your second stimulus relief out. How is this going to be done? Where is it going to be done? What should you expect? And who is Ed Markey? It's going to get better. You don't leave me because there's more to this video, and it's just starting to get really, really good very quickly. All right, let me back up. If you don't know what's going on, let me give you a history. Joe Biden, before he was VP, of course, was Senator Biden. And Senator Biden has worked alongside Mitch McConnell for many years. There's a reason why Mitch McConnell gets reelected is because he's respected for what he does. And he has been majority leader for many years, during the time in which Joe Biden had to work with him, during the Obama administration, during the time in which Joe Biden had to work with him as a senator. And they've known each other for a hot minute. It's just not like, yesterday. This is why you elect officials government officials that have worked one side by side and know how to get things done, because ultimately when you need to get things done, you get them done. Joe Biden understood when he announced his candidacy that he may not capture the Senate. So he understood that if he wins his role for the presidency, how would he get stuff passed with Mitch McConnell if Mitch McConnell and the GOP get reelected? This is not like a surprise permutation. I told you there's a lot of permutations, and this was one of them. And here came the incredible remark. Let me start with the incredible remark. Ed Markey minutes ago said that Joe Biden and Mitch McConnell have cut many deals over the years. Oh my God. The Democratic leader in the country and the Republican leader in the country, Mitch McConnell's the number one Republican in the nation now, and Joe Biden's the number one Democrat in the nation now, have cut many deals over the years, said Markey. We're in a position right now, my fingers are crossed, that in the next few weeks we will be able to get get put together a coronavirus package. Absolutely, categorically incredible. So who is Ed Markey? And why does he know this? Well, what's important to understand is that Joe Biden is not Donald Trump. Donald Trump likes to keep a very few finite group of people around him and no one else. And no one really had dealt with Trump on a political stand before he came into Washington. The difference with Joe Biden, people have worked for Joe Biden or worked with Joe Biden for 20, 30, 40 years. So they know about him, they know how he works, and they know what he likes and know what he doesn't like. And Ed Markey's one of those people. And so Ed Markey says, who's Nancy Pelosi? Well, ultimately Nancy Pelosi will write something. Ultimately Nancy Pelosi will do something. But Nancy Pelosi's not going to step over the feet of Joe Biden. He's the president of the United States elect. He's the president-elect, and he's now the leader of the Democratic Party, not her. And that he is going to call the policy shots of this country because he has to turn around things very quickly. And ultimately, if he wants to negotiate with Mitch McConnell, he will negotiate with Mitch McConnell. It was made very clearly yesterday she doesn't even acknowledge that he exists. So that's good. Joe Biden knows he exists. He's worked with him for many years and cut many deals. So that brings us then to how, when, and how does this work? What's important to understand, as I told you before the election, I said there's a lot of permutations. I'm not going to go over the permutations until after the election. Okay, now we're going over the permutations. Now we know what's happening. And I also have to tell you is that everything we've talked about before is out of the window. So ultimately, a bill still has to start in the House, go to the Senate, and land on the president's table. But what's important to understand is that the starting point is no longer Steve Mnuchin and Nancy Pelosi on the phone for 45 minutes Monday through Thursday and then 5 hours on Joe Reed or on MSNBC Chris Hayes and slamming each other for the next 6 days. That's gone. That thing is gone. It's now Joe Biden who's dealing with Mitch McConnell. And trust me, even at the time of this recording, they're probably already talking. Joe Biden knows he has to come in quickly and get something done quickly. He's done this before. When the Obama administration started, they had to come in very quickly and save the banking institution. They had to come in very quickly, and they had to deal with both houses of Congress. They know how to do deals. This is about getting things done that is bipartisan. This is not, her way or the highway. This is totally different. Mitch McConnell also is already setting up his path to deal with Joe Biden. And he did it yesterday. These are comments from yesterday before Joe Biden became the president-elect today. Joe McConnell was asked, does he believe in a peaceful transfer of power if Joe Biden is the president? Mitch McConnell said, of course. We've had a peaceful transfer of power going back to 1792. Every 4 years, we've moved on to a new administration. Peaceful transfer. I absolutely want that, but ideally, I don't want to transfer. I want to win," said Donald Trump at the same time. But McConnell slammed back. He said, "Here's how this must go in our great country. Every legal vote needs to be counted. That's how Americans vote. Let me just say, regards to this matter, I know you're all concerned about the unfolding presidential election. I sent out a statement on Twitter this morning that I think you've all got, and beyond that, I don't have anything else particularly to say at this point." But he says, "I believe in a peaceful transfer of power, and it's going to happen this time if we need it." And that's what's happening. Mitch McConnell has absolutely lined up the cards to do the negotiations with I almost said Steve Mnuchin, you saw me there, to do the negotiations with Joe Biden. So does that mean Nancy Pelosi's out of the picture? No. You know her. She has a little bit of an ego, just a little bit of an ego. And she's going to want to talk about something. She goes, "I reject that. I disgrace. I put a curse on that. You haven't crushed anything. You haven't, the children and the hungry and she's going to do all that. That's her. That's what she likes. That gets her on Colbert and The View. That's what she wants to do, and she wants to publish some books, and that's go on a speaker engagement. That's what they want to do. But ultimately, let her do that. We're not focused on negativity. We're focused on positivity, and the positive message that we have today is Joe Biden and Mitch McConnell, your chief negotiators for the second stimulus package. Wow. Now, what would be the deal provisions and how would this work and what's going to go on? What's important to understand is that Mitch McConnell has said your second stimulus package is number one priority coming this Monday. To think that Mitch McConnell is not going to talk to Joe Biden about your stimulus package until January 25th is incorrect. January 5th is Inauguration Day, and you all understand that Mitch McConnell and Joe Biden are probably already talking. They've already probably spoken. They will be speaking probably this week. They'll be speaking the week after. They're going to focus on getting things done very quickly. Joe Biden has an emergency. This is a national emergency. COVID-19 cases are increasing 25% week to date. We're at 125,000 cases today. We were at 75,000 cases less than 7 days ago. We could be at, Dr. Scott Gottlieb last night said that we're currently at 500,000 cases. Let me say that again, because someone asked me in one of the recordings, they said, did I hear you right? Yes. Let me say it slower. The number of new infected cases that are reported is 125,000. But Dr. Scott Gottlieb says that's reported. There's a lot more cases because they aren't reported. And he believes the current number is 500,000. But the current number is 125, up from 75 upwards of about less than a week ago. And that's a 25% increase. And it's going up about 10,000 every day or every 48 hours. It's increasing at exponential strength. And what's important to understand is that this is not something that's going away. And so Joe Biden is focusing on this. Mitch McConnell is focusing on this. What I didn't pull for you, but I just sort of want to reference it, is that Mitch McConnell's press website, which is very well run, has no less than 2 or 3 press releases in the last 2 days about grants that he gave to, and I understand, I'm going to explain, this is grants from his state's money, he's not taking someone else's money, but grants that he gave for COVID issues dealing with the virus on a local level that was already dedicated to the state of Kentucky. So he's very focused on this, and I don't like the Temple of Doom always saying he's not wanting to crush the virus. That's just so untrue about the guy. Yeah, he may want to not do it the way you want to do it, but to say that that he doesn't believe in the science. Every time I hear that, I'm like, that's like that PBS show, The Science. Yeah, I'm the science guy for today. She's the science. Everyone's a science guy. But the great news is that Mitch will be doing this quickly, will be doing this fast, and it will be done with Joe Biden. Wow. All right, let me get to your incredible questions and comments from today's video. Before I get to that, let me go over the amount of the stimulus check. The amount of the stimulus check remains at issue, and the amount and where the stimulus check gets into the package, that it gets into the package, what else gets in the package is at issue. And Purple Power, you need to be doing your thing. You need to be on social media tagging Mitch McConnell, tagging his staffers, and say, make sure you get stimulus checks in this. Make sure you get stimulus checks in this that are robust, that have a lot of money to them, that there's other things in there that we are owed, and make sure it's all done right. I don't want you to sit back and lapse off and think, okay, we're all fine because Mitch is doing it. Mitch could do the wrong type of stimulus package, and you don't want that to happen. I'm not saying he will. I'm not saying anything negative. I'm just saying you have to prepare for the right provisions in there. So push, push, push. All right, let me go over some incredible questions and comments from yesterday's video. De novo element. Nancy better stop playing. It's no longer Nancy. Gail, $1,200 not going to work it. Amen. Bob, if Nancy's not accepted months ago, the brilliant problem solvers bipartisan bill would work. Oh, and who's Ed Markey? Yeah, that's why I guess stay with me to the end of this video. Ed Markey is the guy that co-wrote the Harris-Sanders bill. $2,000 every month for 6 months until the pandemic improves or unemployment goes away. Yep, that's who Ed Markey is, who gave the opening remark in this video. Linda, hey, wasn't Mitch the one that said that people don't need money because the economy was doing good a few months back? That was Mitch. These politicians are just, it depends on what day of the week they wake up. Gamer, I know they're working on a stimulus, but thank you. Need to hurry up. Thank you, LA, for the updates. Thank you so much. Kimberly, it's too many people getting evicted and not having where we are. Diana, hopefully they do it right. Linda, can someone tell me how this evil demon Spawn is still in office? That's just really... Linda, tone it down a little bit, please. Kassanek. The House needs to send somebody in there that's younger that has a fighting chance against Mitch. Paul Hanayo. Mitch with stimulus? No kidding, my jaws fell on the floor. Dreamweaver, good afternoon, LA. Be rid of Nancy and her speaker. We need to get that done. Troy. he's going to propose the same $500 billion. No, Troy, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do, it's going to be the same thing that was before, and everything is, and I can tell you how, no, we're not going to do predictions, because that's just not what we do here. We deal with facts, and we're going to get through this together. It's an incredible, great day to think that we have Mitch and Joe, and no longer Steve and yeah, just... Oh, make sure you go to the channel, subscribe because we're getting through this pandemic together. This is an incredible, great day, and you see why it's just starting. It's absolutely just starting. Also, like this video. Coming up next is Street of Stimulus. As always, stay informed, stay smiling, and stay in LA for more.